Not
Ooh.
that rubber.
Hey everyone! It's time for another after party today. Hey, why is the guest of honor way down here?
You did it.
You got to redecorate.
Fucking Mikey should. There we go. There we go.
I turned my back for 1 second, and look at what happens.
It's the Bluecat42 after party. Yay!
Woo!
Air horns.
Ooh.
Air horns.
Air horn. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Yeah, and we're going to be, shooting shit about all kinds of things tonight. I just want to read a couple of things here that my drummer sent me. He seems to think that by now you realize that World War III is informational because before something as strange as nukes, he says, because they're so strange. Only the strongest will survive the onslaught of information or misinformation, which is what he believes. And no, the old guide is not the way. He's referring to science, by the way. Unless you want to be pumped full of poison. Well, right. Okay.
Tasty poison.
Yeah. Just stating, as a friend, you really have to see Hollywood for what it is. I'm like, how does that tie into anything you just said?
What's the liberal agenda, you see?
Right.
Goddamn liberal media.
Between George Soros and the elite, wake your ass up. You're your own savior.
George Soros.
I'll go along with that.
Just say groomer. I need one more for my bingo square.
Oh, come on. Come on.
They're the lizard people.
Say Second Amendment. I need it.
Nobody really gives a shit about you but you truly. And I'm like, yeah, tell that to my mom. And I'm sure we will have some good chats, maybe even delving into the quantum field. I have so much to say there. I'm like, what do you even know about quantum physics?
So science is bad and you can't trust it because liberals, but let's talk quantum physics.
Let's talk science.
Let me talk to you about the quantum, though, which is highly theoretical.
At least he can find the drums.
Because the whole I think what's his name, Jim Carrey, has gone on about 33 vertebrae and Christ dying at 33 and all the other coincidental things that happen to have the same number. Anyways, he goes on about all that sort of shit and the pineal gland, and I'm like, pineal gland? I'm like, so do you even know what the pineal gland's function is, Colin? It's like, oh, tell me, master. I'm like, okay, your pineal gland is an endocrine gland that is in the middle of your brain and helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm by releasing the hormone melatonin. That's its function. That's like saying your kidneys have these magical extra functions other than filtering out toxins.
Yeah, they taste great.
Adrenochrome's, magical.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, yeah, in layman's terms. I'm like, yeah, because if I explained it in scientific terms, you wouldn't understand it. I said, that's what it does, buddy. End of story. You must be right.
Chlorines are.
Trust the science, he says. I'm like, yeah, biology is right, not me.
Hold on, Allie.
He's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, I do trust the science, Colin. I do it every fucking day. It's like, oh yeah, peer-reviewed and trusted. I go, yeah, that's correct. Though I don't know the peers, I blindly trust them. I'm like, dude, that's not how it fucking works. U.S. is no longer a superpower, yada, yada, yada. The silent war, so to speak, 5G, he says. What?
Hey, he's on to something.
Yeah, that damn 5G letting him download his conspiracy videos faster.
It is responsible.
Absolutely fucking bonkers. I am, oh man. He says, you're going to school me? No one has been able to do that yet. And I'm like, yeah,
we can tell.
That's apparent, sir. You didn't have to tell us that.
Failing.
In my last band, my bass player was the exact same thing. So we would play all night long and have a great jam session. And then there'd be an hour of that before he left the house. And I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, painful.
Hey,
but he was a trumpet. I mean, this is in America.
Freemasons and I ripped off my rose-colored glasses years ago. I'm like, no, it sounds like you put a fresh pair on full of pseudoscientific bullshit.
Tinfoil hat.
Radioactive.
That's what I said.
Attendance classes.
He exchanged the rose-colored glasses for the mirrored ones.
He seems to think that the pineal gland can be blocked by something as simple as toothpaste. I'm like, well, if you cut open your head and put some inside on the pineal gland, maybe. But how does toothpaste block what your pineal
you may
gland
have bigger problems, yeah.
It's all fluoride.
Baking soda.
I feel like it'll work.
Yeah. Now, one of the functions of aging is the gradual calcification of the pineal gland. But
correct.
I don't know if
That
brushing it with
explains it.
yeah. I don't know if brushing it with toothpaste is going to help with that. Maybe you need like CLR or something.
That'd be nice.
Scrubbing bubbles.
Calcium line rust CLR is a must.
Yeah.
I'll mention that next time I'm with the dental hygienist. Just, hey, can you scrub out the pineal a little bit there?
Can you
for
get the
me?
little? Can you get the little sharp guy in there?
I'll go with the cinnamon.
How wide do I have to
go with the
open?
cinnamon for the polish there.
Yeah, open your pineal gland, please.
I'm just fucking ecstatic that my tooth doesn't fucking hurt anymore, because that tooth pain is the worst shit.
It absolutely is. In fact, my ex-partner did the birth thing, and our son came so quickly they couldn't give her any kind of painkiller. So she had natural childbirth. She also fell into a bonfire, so she suffered burns and had tooth pain. So she
On the same day?
No, not all on the same day.
I'm about to say,
But
that
she's
hospital is
uniquely
buck wild.
qualified to compare these three major pains that humans suffer, and she asserted tooth pain is by far the worst.
Because it's droning and it's there and it fucking throbs and I didn't get to sleep till, and the pain was still there, but finally my body just went, you need to sleep, and I finally fell asleep just before 8 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah,
I'd been up all night with it. I tried cold packs. I tried this crap that my fucking roommate gave me called Orajel.
Oh, yeah, that shit's useless. Useless.
I took like 15 fucking extra strength Tylenols, just about died, but I took them, and and nothing.
None of that
worked.
will work.
Yeah.
None of that.
You
will
don't
work.
have a liver anymore, but
Couple of minor ulcers, you know.
I needed to get you some of this, buddy. That would have put you
Peeing
right out.
blood now. You know.
Some
What's
nice
that?
strong quality wax.
What do
Yeah, there
I
you go.
cake my tooth with it?
No,
No,
you
fuck
smoke it. You smoke it.
Oh,
That's like 10 joints in one joint.
Cannabis
Or one
wax.
smoke.
You get you to smoke a bit of this, and you'd be fucked up.
fuck!
Yeah, you'll forget that you even have teeth.
I'll just roll up 10 joints right now. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
You're like, what the fuck is teeth? What the teeth? I am a light
Teeth.
being. I am.
Being a pure energy and tooth pain.
You'd be doing the fucking Mr. Burns out the fucking yard.
Oh,
Hello,
Either that or
friends. Hello,
we-
friends.
Look at my fingers.
Get you some like 200 milligram edibles. Have a couple of those. Should be out.
I haven't had edibles for like the only edibles I had was you guys recently saw was the Rice Krispie Square shit that I was eating.
Yeah. The last edibles I got sucked. There's more. I was looking at the packaging when I got it.
You're doing
More
them wrong, then.
No, they're more CBD.
They go in your
than
mouth,
than
Ollie.
THC. So they're more pain relief. You know,
Oh, so more CBD than THC?
than THC. That's what I said. Yeah.
That's what
Okay,
I'm gonna start.
so-
I'm gonna start
but-
moving over to the CBD side of things.
What I've been doing with them though is I take them before I go disc golfing, and it kind of makes the disc golf round a lot easier. There you go.
Nice.
You guys can get that off your bingo cards now too.
Yep,
The
mark
disc
it
golf?
off.
Yeah, we've mentioned Star Wars. I haven't
Oh,
said Lego yet.
I never
until
told
now.
you. So on Friday last week, in my lifetime, I had 2 aces playing disc golf.
Ooh.
At the end of the day on Saturday, I now have a total of 4. I got 2 aces on
Whoa.
Saturday. 2
Cheater.
of them on Saturday while I was playing.
Cheater.
I was just fucking ecstatic by the end of the day. I was
Fixed.
like, no fix.
Ollie, we told you about those magnetic fucking discs. That shit is not allowed in the rules set for a
It's
reason.
not legal, Ollie.
He's throwing disc
I
magnets out there.
reckon an ace is like a hole in one. Is that right?
See,
Correct.
Yes.
getting it into the hoop. With a net.
Sorry.
I got a hole in one for you.
Basket.
No. Getting the frisbee into the hoop or net.
The basket, yeah.
You can
I
do,
ain't going
if you can
anywhere
do it
near
with-
my hoop with a frisbee.
I'm just, if you can get it, if you can get it,
Hoop.
if you can get your pineal gland with some toothpaste, that's also an ace.
That could be my rapper name, Pineal Gland.
Neil put the
More
Neil
than an
in
ace
pineal
and
gland.
cover up the.
Who put the Neil in pineal gland?
I
604
did.
at 604 atheist.
The at symbol looks like a pineal gland.
It's been right in front of you guys this whole time.
That's right. It's like those morons that think that because a walnut looks like your brain, that it actually has functions that help your brain.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. Obviously, why else would it look like that? That's why cucumbers are good for.
Don't even. Eggplant.
That's why the guys are always running out of the store with bushels of cucumbers.
These are old English cucumbers. Damn it, I bought gherkins.
Got these fucking baby dills again. God damn it. It's going to be a rough week.
There's Olivia.
Shit. Well, you know, if she points at you and says, "Who are you going to please with that?" You go, "Me."
Not no one. Not even myself.
Blue Ninja just snuck into chat.
Hello, Blue Ninja.
Masturbating with tweezers hurts. Sorry.
So are you ready for this knockdown drag out, Neil, for the organics?
What?
Knock down, drag out for the organics. Okay, let's hear it.
All
right, let's see it.
We're gonna do this in 3 sentences. I've condensed
All right,
this
let's
for
see
you.
it.
I believe that you are conflating. I think you're using the definition in chemistry for the same definition as farming practices, and they're not interchangeable. And that's all I have.
Hold on.
I'm done.
My whole point was that the word itself means carbon-based. The word has been used by the farming industry as a buzzword, meaning natural, so that they could sell this shit to you for a little bit more. That's my point.
Okay.
Discuss.
So, coal is organic.
Now what?
I said what I
Coal
meant.
is organic, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds are organic.
Also organic.
Cucumbers
Anything that is
are a girl's best
carbon-based.
friend.
And organic.
Dog shit's organic.
Bucky
Dog
balls.
shit.
Yes, Mick.
Bucky balls are organic.
Correct. Prairie oysters are organic.
My weed's organic.
Weed is organic.
Dude, speaking of weird science and stuff, did you hear that people were losing their minds about possibly being forced to drink plant-based beer?
Yeah, that was like one of those prank studies that somebody started.
I mean,
Are you fucking kidding me?
no.
I prefer meat
Sadly,
beer
no.
myself.
Beer.
Load it with the fish oil.
Plant-based beer. I'm not having it.
It is so
I have
easily.
awoke have gone
What
too
is-
far.
What do they think it's made out of?
I don't know,
no
but
idea.
it's already made.
Cow's blood.
I don't know. Maybe
My
it's-
beer's
maybe
made out
it's-
of sheep's urine.
Yeah, right.
What's yeast? Yeast is not a plant. What's yeast?
Brains
Fungus.
have left the planet.
So,
Well,
it's all organic, though. That's right.
barley
yeah.
is.
It's organic.
Yeah, the yeast is fungus, but the hops and the barley, those are plants. And
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Ember. Is fungus. It is a form of fungus, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
like mushrooms.
At- Yeah.
Yeast is okay. Yeah. That makes
Still eukarya. So, I mean, of the 4 domains, life domain types, life domain types. Is that what it is? 4. Yeah.
I think they've got domains going on these days, but they keep changing it on me. I don't know. They never send me a memo.
I know. I don't get them either. But technically, there's now 4 that they have. They actually included virae now, like viruses and stuff, as being part of the 4 life.
Oh, okay.
Well, hooray!
I thought the 4 domains were swamps, mountains, plains, and water.
Highlands.
You forgot forests.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get your green
That's
mana?
right. I forgot there's 5. It's been forever since I played.
Clearly, you did not have an elf deck, sir.
It's Eukarya, bacteria, archaea, and virae. There you go.
Hi, Boom. What's up?
But naturally, most of our nutrition comes from eukarya because the prokaryotes they don't make a very good sandwich.
No. No, they don't.
1, 2, 3.
Hang on, I'm trying to roll a joint, people.
Should have done that before the show.
Oh, you're right. I should have.
Well, I have a bowl. I'll be right
Right.
back.
I have been scolded. I don't think. Well, actually, Aaron probably wouldn't give a shit if I did this on his show either. But
That's probably true.
nah, he just doesn't partake. I asked him.
He drinks like a fish, though.
I think he can outdrink a fish if he really wants to.
Probably. I've drank it with Aaron many times, and he likes his beer for sure. And the darker and higher in alcohol, the better. And he always gives
should
me
put it
shit 'cause
that way.
I drink like shitty beer, and he always gives me shit. And I go, you know what? You like what you like. For me, it's not just the dark beers. I love dark beer. Don't get me wrong.
I guess I
I've
should
never
have said
really
that.
cared about ABV much, but unless I want to get shit faced, then that's a different story.
I've
I
never
didn't
liked beer.
Flavor stuff.
Never.
Yep. I'm not a beer person either. I prefer rum. Can make
I've
all
gotten
kinds of
drunk
fun
on
mixed
beer,
drinks with
but
rum.
Never liked beer.
Irish cream's fine.
I don't mind rum, but if I'm drinking to get drunk, I drink vodka.
Oh yeah, if you're in a hurry, vodka's the way to go.
Tequila.
No, I've had
You're in a hurry.
bad
Vodka's
experience
your
on tequila. I've never tried. I can't touch it anymore.
Tequila's
No.
nothing but bad experiences. That's the point.
That was the only thing I
It
would
says that
drink
on the
right
label.
Atheist Carpenter's asking in the side chat for to have the link sent again. They're not seeing it.
Ali, can you remind Atheist Carpenter of the rules for getting a link?
Well, okay, you send Mikey or Neil,
$50 via PayPal.
and they reply to it.
I kid.
I just sent him a message to look in his Twitter, and he's saying it's not there.
Huh?
Well, maybe
You're
he didn't
supposed
get a link.
to DM Mikey or Neil, and I will send you the link. If you do anything other than that, I can't guarantee you'll get in. So
I
I have my
Neil's
Twitter
saying it.
open. Just send me the DM. It doesn't even have to. You just say whatever you want. Tell me a riddle. I don't care. Just say something so I know who to send it
That's
to.
right.
I can't
Type in,
search everybody.
my penis is bigger than yours. Send me a link.
Yuck.
Yuck. What, Stephanie? What?
Nothing. I'm just laughing over here. Chortling,
I don't know.
you might say.
Chortling. I love that expression. What am I doing? Oh,
Not
yeah.
chittering, at least.
Yeah, I haven't even smoked
Oh,
any yet,
gross.
and I can't figure out what the hell I'm doing. What am I doing, man?
Did
And
anybody
no
see that
man.
Richard Dawkins was given a chance to finally correct his position?
I didn't finish watching it.
No, I didn't
On what?
see it.
He was on
And-
Brian Tyler Cohen.
Oh,
Oh, I thought he was.
Oh
interviewed.
no,
It's,
Yeah, the other
it's
guy,
on
Parkman.
Pac-Man. David
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Oh,
oh, Pac.
I
And
haven't
I watched it,
Pac-Man
and it
since
was
the Israel
very,
riots.
very sad. It's very
I
sad.
still can't help but think he's brilliant and thank him for what he did leading a lot of people
Yes,
to
he is.
atheism. But
Sure.
This is for Ollie. Ollie, do you know what this is?
Nope.
Think about it. Don't just say nope. Think about it. It's right there in front of you. You're gonna be so mad. You're gonna be so mad. It's right there. It's right there.
I feel like I get it.
It's right there.
Not even a hint though, Mikey. Come on.
It's a tattoo.
Somebody. This is a table.
Yeah, and one person is missing from the table, but I don't.
This
Yeah.
is Jeff.
Jeff. Oh,
This-
community. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the community table.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
I was like, that is the
So-
most understated and gorgeous community
Yeah.
tattoo ever. If you know, you
There-
know.
I'm sorry, but there needs to be, what is it? I think 3 little marks right in front of Jeff's spot in the table where
Yeah.
he took the axe to the table,
Yeah.
and
That's-
then it would be obvious.
It just,
You know what I'm
I thought it
saying?
was a Star Wars reference.
I was thinking Star Wars too because we had Star Wars on the brain. Community was.
I was thinking D&D, and the one guy was the DM, and the rest of them were the players.
He would have been sitting at the center of the top part.
Hmm.
That way, he has lots of room to spread out with the screens.
Yeah, got the big old screens. Oh, I love
What
those
if he's
things when they
left-handed?
first started coming out.
Dave, you are missing.
Oh yeah,
out.
some of them are beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to have one where it had like a freaking wizard and his cloak just billowed out across the whole screen, and underneath was like this undead army coming out of the darkness.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kinda neat.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
I have an
Miles
undead army
Alice-
under my bed.
that's laundry,
Miles-
Neil.
Miles
Oh,
and Allison just DM'd me today or yesterday saying that they played their first D&D game with a bunch of other DID people, dissociative disorder people,
Mm-hmm.
and just had nothing good to say. Said it was the most excruciating 3 hours he'd ever spent.
So
Oh, because they're in
my-
character development stage, right? Because you have to build your character up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to roll for shit, and yeah, it can be misleading the first couple of games while you're building everything up. So, but once you get past all
Yeah.
that, it's way fun. So much fun.
Usually,
don't
when
know
I've
if it-
done sessions, we don't do the building of characters in a session. We'd have them like meet up with the DM separately and get the character built before we get session started.
Right
Yep,
I
that's
think
that's
that's
the
the
way to
way to
go
go
if you
about
can.
it.
Ollie, roll for initiative.
No,
20.
So, guys,
Oh wait, that's a fucking D12. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Mikey?
That's not gonna help me out here. I'm like 8. Damn.
my dice are no place handy.
Well, that's
Yeah,
natty
mine are
18. So let's
stuffed
just
in
assume I go
the
first.
closet somewhere.
I haven't seen my dice in forever. I haven't touched them in forever.
Mine are right over there, just out of reach.
Oh, I
Right,
got some
too
over
far.
there that are
Mine are
reach,
digital.
not my
I
good
keep
ones.
mine hanging in the Millennium Falcon.
Nobody ever
Like-
notices the fucking fuzzy dice on the Millennium Falcon.
No, those gold dice. No,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I have those in my Mini Cooper.
But I
course
you were
you
talking about DM screens. I'm remembering back to my first set of DM screens when I was like 12 years old. They were so damn ghetto.
I'll be back.
I took my DMG, went to school, and photocopied the pages that were in the screens. And then I took pieces of cardboard and taped them to that and set up my own screens. It was so ghetto, but I had everything I needed. We could play.
Yeah, it works. I've seen people do something similar where they'll take the cardboard construction paper for school projects, and then
Yep.
they would just like photocopy sheets out of the player's manual,
Yep.
like FAQs, like
Glue
the
them to the-
THACO chart and whatnot,
Yep.
and that way it was all right there, so the players would stop asking them stupid questions.
Exactly.
Like, look at the screen.
That's actually brilliant.
So, well, the
I got one of
original
these.
D&D screens were set up that way, though. The ones that TSR sold with first edition, they had all the DM information on the inside, and all the player information, like THACO and stuff like that, was all on the outside, so the players could just look at it anytime they wanted.
Mhm.
So, except there was a couple of pictures on the inside.
When my last Lego order, they gave me something pretty cool. It's not D&D though, but it's this here, Death Star.
Death
Point.
Star, yeah.
Neat.
That's
Death
very
Star
cool.
2.
That
Very
comes
cool
off the
indeed.
screen.
Yeah,
And
almost
you get the actual
holographic.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's made to look like, I guess, like their screens or whatever, right? And then you give you the little
Yeah,
fucking
So
badass.
pretty sweet.
I
Lego D&D, that's a thing we need.
Lego
Right.
D&D. They
Well,
do
they have
kind
Lord of the Rings sets.
Well, they also just have medieval and sword and
Yep.
sorcery set, right?
Yeah, they do.
So it's already there.
You
So,
just make it something out of it if you want.
I can just imagine building a big freaking red dragon and keeping it hidden under the table, and then the players go into the cave, and you pull it out like this big reveal, and the fucking wing falls off.
yep, that could happen. See that?
The Ninjago sets have some pretty fucking badass dragons, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I almost want to buy those just for the dragons because I don't give a shit about Ninjago. But I don't. I like the Marvel, the DC, the Star Wars. They also have like what they call, I guess, icons and other types of sets. Like I have the Winnie the Pooh. I also have Sesame Street. I got Optimus Prime. I got the car from Back to the Future, the DeLorean, stuff like that. Doctor Who, when they had the Dimensions series, which kind of fell through, but
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the
my
Doctor
kids
Who
had that.
sets.
That shit was cool.
Yeah, it was because you could go online with it, right? And do stuff
Yeah,
online.
and well, my son, he never outgrew Legos. Like he's 13 years old or whatever, and we tell him there's this video game.
Neither
but
did I.
to play it, first you have to build the peripheral to plug in. He was like, "Oh,
Yes.
this is the best thing ever."
Yeah.
I would like to address Dave's Beskar Death Star comment.
Yeah, another Death Star right here, a little mini one.
Nobody could fucking afford that, Dave. And I don't know if there's enough Beskar in the universe to make it happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Is there even a Beskar
However-
to begin with?
However,
Can you make it out of
people
an imaginary material?
people in traffic think my vehicle's made out of Beskar
Well, sure.
because I have a plaque on the back right beside the logo that says Beskar Edition.
Okay.
So my vehicle's made out of Beskar armor.
Yeah,
So,
or just that it's the best car, and you shove it together, and you call it Beskar.
no. There's no. Come on.
I was thinking Beskar NASCAR.
Rubbing is
This you
racing.
can't buy. This you have to get when you order a certain amount. They give you freebies. This was a freebie, and I kind of want to build it, but at the same time, I kind of want to leave it in the box. You know what I mean? Because it might actually be worth something at some point. It'll still be worth something even if I build it. But-
not nearly.
I thought the same thing, Simply Secular. Yeah, if they would have just covered the thermal exhaust port with Beskar. Just that.
What if they just didn't make the thermal exhaust port go straight to the fucking core where it blows up? Huh?
Or even
It's like
just
the
put
Family
a
Guy.
fucking
Design flaw.
screen
Definite
over it.
design flaw.
Well, no, just put a left and a right turn in it. Just instead of straight, put a left and a right turn in it.
I always wondered how Luke's plasma balls turned. Like you go through the hole and then
Yeah.
go down. Like
That
what
was
is
weird.
going on?
It was more like he was dropping a bomb instead of firing a torpedo. Yes.
Also,
Yes.
and this is a bit that always pissed me off a little bit. That's not how thermal exhaust works in space.
Probably not.
That's
You
true
need
too.
It was-
radiative panels, you know.
It would be. It's a bad name for the thing too. Yes.
Well, the explosion at the end wouldn't have happened either, but
Look, George
Details.
is in a hurry when he wrote the script. Okay, Just, you had to cut
And
corners.
it's science
We need a widget.
fantasy, so not quite science fiction.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah,
stretching
space
it's
wizards.
Magic with science.
brothers kissing
Space
sisters. You know.
Oh, that's
Hey,
biblical.
well, he didn't know at the time. Yeah, biblical. Yeah.
That's just traditional values right there.
That's right.
NASCAR values.
Sweet home
Don,
Alabama values.
Mhm.
It's fantasy. It's not.
Sitting on the front porch with your arm around your best girl who happens to be your sister.
And mom.
This is my wife. She didn't have to change her last name.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Ember? I just realized we're 3 days away from me being on your show.
Is it? I'm losing track of the days. I know we're on Thursday, but is Sunday 3 days away?
No,
What time of day
Sunday
is that
is
show?
3 days away, and then you're going to be on mine again in the following Thursday because of or Tuesday. No, is it the Tuesday or the Thursday? Hang on.
Whichever one is fine. My schedule's vaguely adjustable.
Well, you're like me. I have no life. I'm good. Yeah, Tuesday's
day?
the 18th, so I'll be on yours on the 16th, and then you'll be on mine on the 18th.
Cool.
Which should be fucking. It'll be like we could put them together and make one giant episode.
Supercut.
Yeah, supercuts. Yeah, there you go.
Did you say what time of day it was on Sunday?
Atheist Carpenter just messaged me.
It's
messaging you, Mikey.
8:30-ish Eastern time. The ish is because I come directly from Aaron's show to do my show. I take like a 10-minute gap to go bathroom and things, but you know, and we never know exactly when Aaron's gonna let out.
Yeah, I've got it here. It says sometime around 5. It says here. So, but yeah, on Aaron's show, because I'm now sort of. Well, I plan to be a little bit more of a regular, but I am a quasi-regular now on Aaron's show, on the Blasphemers Bible and the Saturday version as well. So with Tomer blows my mind, man.
Tomer's amazing.
Like the knowledge that kid stuck in his head is like he's probably got one of those heads like from the Star Trek, one of the first episodes with the giant fucking brains. Like that's Tomer.
It maybe that's why he never turns his camera on. But I mean, it's incredible. He goes through like an Encyclopedia Britannica worth of information every episode just to do his analysis on like 2 or 3 chapters.
Yeah.
And then he puts up with all of us jackasses interrupting him for 2-bit jokes. And he stays up till he's literally in Israel. He stays up till freaking 3 or 4 a.m. to be able to do it. That dude is he is the most underappreciated person on the internet.
Agreed. I mean, I'd seen him on Aaron's show pull some amazing facts out of his ass, like just it blew my mind. And then now that I'm like a part of the show, to see it while I'm a part of the show is a whole other story.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy.
And if he's in Israel, you could speak to him.
My Hebrew is shit. Right? If you don't use it, I don't really. I couldn't speak with him in Hebrew that well. Maybe a few things, but like I could say I could swear at him. I still remember all the swear words.
You could say Beth.
Like Lech Tizen, which means go to fuck, literally.
Nice.
That's the Israeli version of fuck off. Benzona, which is son of a bitch. Stuff like that.
You remember the
You
good
learn
stuff.
the swear words in every language.
Yeah.
So first thing you should learn.
Blue Ninja, I lived in Israel for 2 years, a little over 2 years. Did military training there with the option to join. Yeah, which my mom was like, no. Exactly, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, well. But learned some neat shit. Learned a little Krav Maga, which is kind of cool. And the originator of the martial art was still alive at the time. Mind you, he was 92 or something.
Details.
But he was up at teaching the class and kicking people's ass at 92.
Well, they say staying physically active is what helps let you live long. So, also killing young people and draining their life force helps too.
And brushing the pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
Yes.
Right. With a dental tool.
Don't forget about the moon crystals.
The moon crystals and the 33 vertebrate. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. What is it? 7 lumbar, 12. What are they? Thoracic? No. Yeah, thoracic.
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 That's it.
Thoracic.
And 7 lumbar, I guess, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, him and I are gonna have it out.
Yeah. We need to get Dr. Ben if we're going to talk about vertebrae numbers and things.
It's like he just doesn't. He can't wrap around his head. It's just coincidental.
I had surgery at my I don't remember what it was. It was spinal infusion. So they took a bone out of my hip and put it into my neck bone. And so
Well,
now
that's
that
rude.
song,
Your hip
my hip
bone's
bone's
connected to my neck bone.
but it
and
really
the neck
is.
bone's connected to my elbow bone, and my elbow
Very
bone's
literally.
connected to my toe bone.
You're fucking
C6
weird
and
looking.
C7, that's where it was.
If your elbow's
Fuck
connected
you,
to
Ollie.
your toe. Just imagine that, though, if your elbow's connected to your toe.
I know.
See, I think they did that in Human Centipede 3.
People kicking you in the ass all day long.
That would
It's fucking
not be a fun birth defect.
booting you square in your
No.
keister all day long,
Hi, Megan.
which would be massive from walking like that.
Well, it could be just your toes growing out of your elbow.
It could be.
That's
Then
that's
that would
way
be
less
almost
fun.
normal. That'd be
Well,
almost
then you
normal.
could kick people this way.
Yeah.
Speaking
Well,
of
you couldn't do that flying
vertebrae,
elbow, and you couldn't do
C6
that.
and C7. You suck my battleship.
You couldn't do that like spinning elbow in fucking UFC if you had a toe up there, because you can't kick. Like, what if it's like a downed opponent? Can't use that elbow anymore. That way
Can't use
you
that
gotta.
elbow anymore.
No, that's a kick to a downed opponent. That's instant DQ. You're out of here.
Well,
He's really good at table soccer.
Table soccer, yeah. Oh,
It's called
would
foosball,
they be
Neil.
allowed to play the ball in football, soccer? With
Oh,
their
you're not
elbow?
allowed to play with my ball. Sorry.
Well, I'm just thinking in soccer they'd be allowed to use their elbow to
Don't think
play the
about
ball.
playing with my balls. You
can you
pervert.
imagine how much you'd have to spend on socks, though?
Oh my god, a custom ass sock for one toe.
Ass sock? What?
No, we call those
Go
condoms.
with this weirdness.
Right. How the hell did we get here?
I don't know. You sang a song and connected an elbow to a toe.
Somebody was doing mad science, and
I
No idea.
was talking about a hip bone and the neck bone, and it just took a left
And,
turn.
Yeah, I know. That's what it was.
Yep. Michael's. It's all Michael's fault.
Mhm.
I'm here to take the blame. Put me on that cross, fellas. Do it. Oh,
I
Father,
mean,
why have you forsaken
My
me?
face hurts.
if you have toes on your elbow, wait. Then it would it be a pedicure? Wouldn't it be an elbicure? I don't know. I'm just making shit up here now.
Oh, that never happens.
It's like my
Maybe
buddy.
LB.
You know how you get to use that line with somebody. Oh, you just made that word up. Today at work, somebody
Yep.
said that, and I said, "All words are made up."
All words are made up.
And they kind of looked at me. and went,
Somebody made them up.
oh yeah, I guess so.
Somebody.
Mhm.
At one point in time, the word whatever didn't mean whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
You could argue that it doesn't mean whatever now, because if you think about it, it's a compound word, what and ever. And that's not how people use that, you know?
Yeah. You're right. But you're wrong.
What?
Yeah, my brain hurts now. Stop it.
We need to brush your pineal gland.
I need to brush and scrape my pineal gland 33 times.
Got it.
It's
Be in
very
line with my
refreshing.
vertebrae and the
There it is.
There we go. There we go.
Just
Holy
right up the
shit,
nose.
I have the same toothbrush.
Oh shit.
I actually, so this one is, I mentioned I have the art dolls and that other thing. He actually uses it for their hair. So.
Oh yeah, you were going to show us one.
Yeah.
Bring out the dolls. And I meant family friendly. But hey, people.
Show us where Jesus hurt you.
Did anybody give Atheist Carpenter a link yet?
I think he sent Mikey a request.
No, he didn't.
Uh-oh.
Michael, if you just have
that
to
is
send it to
fucking
him yourself.
fabulous.
I don't know how to send it to
So
him.
I do the face
Just
work,
copy the URL
and send it. Copy
facial details
Okay.
and stuff.
Just
I
copy
can't
the URL
sew
and
for
send it.
shit, so all that stuff's like purchased. Well,
Doing
I
it.
did actually make the little. This is inspired by the Leia costume,
That is cool.
Yeah, I did a version of her in Star Wars: The Old Republic, and they have like a slave costume or dancer costume that's kind of similar to this, and I have her decked out in that. It's like, yeah, she's in like the really skimpy outfit, and that's kind of like the character's like. She's like goth chic. She likes wearing like loose stuff, very glamour, but with a goth
too.
aesthetic. So I just, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
got
I like
Quite
it.
a few different characters.
But where do you get something like that big?
Most of them, they're companies that make them are usually mostly in Asia. You can get like 3D printed versions, but a lot of the more traditional ones are casted in like usual molds. Pour the resin into the mold, let it harden and cure, and then take it out and do like sanding of the gates and stuff to get rid of any like imperfections, and then assemble them with like a stretchy string. I can't remember what it's called.
So she has pivot joints and stuff, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, it's they're
Oh,
called
yeah.
wall jointed.
That looks painful.
Yeah, and it's just like I think I
Ow.
can get her to stretch that far. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's old school. I used to do that to my sister's
Yeah.
dolls. I'd be like, I'd study their anatomy, and I'd be like, "What's this cord that connects everything? What's going on here?"
It's a wire.
Can-
My sister used to chew the Barbie dolls down to like just the wire being left, and it's like
Wow.
just have to
It's
make
the
sure
same
she didn't
technol-
swallow it. Yeah.
It's
Like-
the same technology that's in my tent poles for my tent, right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and any kind of pop-up sturdy thing.
yeah,
So I made a decision after this last camping trip. When I bought that tent, it's probably 10 years ago now, and it is way fucking too small. I mean, I'm gonna keep it so I can throw like my coolers and shit in there to keep them out of the sun. And plus, that's the tent the bear will go to, so he can rip apart all my food and leave me alone. But I'm gonna get one of them giant fucking 8-man tents that I can actually stand up in, because trying to change in that piece of shit, I pulled muscles I forgot I had.
You
Yeah,
got to
I
be
hate my
careful with
little
those,
tent for that,
though.
too.
I got one of those to be a portable photo studio. Like, I could bring it to outdoor weddings and shit, and then the bride would have somewhere to, like, touch up and whatever. Because it was, 7 feet high on the inside. They take a minimum of 4 people and an entire day to set those motherfuckers up.
I saw there's people that came to the camp after we got there, the day before we left, actually, and there was only the 2 of them. They had it set up in like 10 minutes.
Well, clearly they're
There
using
are-
dark sorcery.
well,
There are like
new
these
hoop tents that
like
are huge.
airbrush tents that you can use that you just take them out of the case and then they just pop up after you.
Yeah, pop
unwrap
tents.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one for my.
They're not that
when I
big,
was doing
though.
the like face up work with
Mhm.
I use like a
Some of
spray
them are really big.
sealant on those, so I needed something to kind of protect from like keeping the sealant away from others in the environment. Just like kind of keep it enclosed. Is like the aerosol can do damage to the lungs if you breathe it in. So like we're
Ooh.
like N95 mask and use a tank with like the enclosure and like I have like one of those air fans that you use for like hobbyist stuff when you're airbrushing them. It has like the exhaust pipe out the back or something. I'm a
why don't we-
hobbyist. I love art stuff, so
Yeah. Why don't we have inflatable big tents, though? Like,
they
everybody's got an inflator for, like, their air mattress anyway. So let's just have, like,
Yeah.
a tent you roll out, plug it into the air compressor. It has to be plugged into your car because you're going to kill your battery if you try to do the battery version. But, let it go for an hour, and it's a bouncy house, except it's a tent.
You could have pre-built beds in it and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right?
Then a strong breeze.
Well, added bonus, you've probably seen those ads for tents that basically have a raft for the base, so you can be in a tent but also float down a river at the same time. There you go.
Aquatent. I need one of those. That'd be cool.
And then we
You
can
just
invite
fish from my bed.
we can invite Stephanie, set up a sail, and we can just go camp sailing right across the ocean. It'll be fantastic.
I don't know if you'd want to try and do the ocean. One of those
I
two.
don't know about
Aren't
that.
those called yurts?
Like a river, sure. As long as there's no rapids, a river, sure. Even a lake. but not the
Niagara Falls.
No,
Whee!
I'd do it. Fuck yeah.
no, you
Just
wouldn't.
zip it up.
No, you wouldn't.
Well,
Woo!
it'd actually be the
Bouncy.
safest way to go over the falls, right? Like people have survived in the barrels, although not always. But like,
No.
even if you hit the rocks, you're in a fucking bouncy house. You might break your bouncy house, but you'll bounce.
Yeah, it's how hard you're bouncing, I think, is the key there. I mean, even if you don't hit anything hard, but if they
material.
shake you hard enough,
At the very least, you wind up with a
Yeah.
case of whiplash.
Yeah.
You want
Have
something
your-
that's thick enough that won't get punctured too. So you hit the rocks and that blows, you probably
Best car
lose all
tent.
that air and cushion.
you get your own ankle up your ass.
Oh,
That's how you end up with your toe connected to your elbow.
Yeah.
Go over the falls in a bouncy house. Works every time.
Yeah.
That old chestnut.
See, your foot goes
Good
up
luck.
your own ass and comes out your elbow.
sounds like fun.
You're a wonder of medical science, and P.T. Barnum has a job for you.
Cameron says, at least the bears are organic. You know,
Cocaine beer.
I was the only one at our campsite with a fucking tent, like a tiny little one. I was bait for 5 days, 6 days. That's what I was. If there was any predators, because the predators that they have potentially have to be there are mountain lions, bears, 2 different kinds,
And tigers. Oh,
Wolverines
my.
are possible, yeah, and also wolves. So any of them, and they had been spotted in the area when we were there too. So all night, I was lying awake in bed going, "I'm fucking bait. That's what this is. You fuckers brought me along because I don't have a fucking trailer."
The biggest, slowest one they can
Oh,
find.
everybody else had a trailer. You're the only one in a tent.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
the
like,
big
Dad,
one
just
with
let
the
me sleep
bad
on the
back.
floor. It's like, no.
Neil's about 6'5", and he's got a cane. Let's take him on the hunt.
there we go.
camping trip.
I brought my staff with me, the one I bought, the one I found at the lake the last time I was there. So. No, I didn't run into any cougars. But the first night I was there, I heard shit making noise. I'm like, what the hell's that? The fucking bear. But you could see, like, I would have seen the shadows because the moonlight was so bright while we were up there. But I did hear, but they were little fucking ground squirrels just skittering back and forth. Because I put a tarp out
Those
first,
those
and then-
loud ass ground squirrels. Speaking of bright lights, though, has anybody got eyeballs on the auroras we're supposed to have tonight?
I
That's
heard
tonight.
that. We saw them a little bit up at the lake. It's that far north. Like, it takes me, if I was to drive there from here, it would take
I'll be right
about
back.
12 hours to get up there. Yep. So
I'm gonna go look.
it's quite up there.
Yeah, I looked
What
just before we
areas is
started, but
the-
it's not quite dark enough here yet.
Yeah, it's too light out
Definitely
here.
dark enough here.
It's dark here. I'm looking.
It's only 7:30 here,
Go
man.
look.
It's like fucking noon light out right now.
It's 11:30 here. I'm gonna go look.
9:30.
All those.
Right, everyone
Sorry.
disappear.
Every-
This will
yeah,
be such
everybody's
a fun
going.
show.
Somebody will tune in and be like, "The fuck is this? An empty stream? What's going on?"
I gotta let my dog out too anyway. So. I'll be going.
Yeah, the old I gotta let my dog out excuse. All right, sure.
A likely story.
Sure.
Story. That dog can't read. Come on.
Could it be one of those talking donkeys, though?
Oh yeah, or snakes
Donkey.
that don't have vocal cords.
Was that
Actually,
Mike
there is a
Myers
snake
book?
with a vocal cord. There's one snake breed that has or species, I should say, that does have a vocal cord.
Really?
Maybe it was
Which
that one. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. Let me find it.
the screaming
The
snake.
screaming Mimi snake.
Can you imagine if a freaking cobra or something rears up and flares its neck and then starts screaming at you on top of that?
That would be.
Hey, you're too close. I'll spit venom in your eye.
You're a fake faker.
Shit's just rude.
So, how far? Where was the vicinity for the auroras again?
Oh, let's see.
Okay.
I heard it was going to be like 13 U.S. states or something. According to the Rochester News, it'll be just north of Seattle, down through Billings, Montana, all of North Dakota, the northernish bit of Wisconsin, north half of Minnesota, upper peninsula of Michigan, go across North Bay and Quebec, and then basically up the St. Lawrence. That'll be like the best viewing, but there'll be some viewing all the way down to Nevada, halfway across Utah, most of Wyoming, Nebraska, and a tiny little bit of Oklahoma, all of Missouri, Kentucky, but not Tennessee, and most of Virginia. And everything north of there will have some viewing.
I should be in that. No? Illinois?
Okay, so the Pituophis snakes are unique. That they have an anatomical feature that helps them create these sounds. Like it kind of groans like a bull, they say. So they're the only known species to have a single vocal cord. Most snakes just use their larynx. Or hang on. Something called arytenoid cartilages that articulate with a chrysoid cartilage. Sorry. I don't know. Something like that. In the larynx.
That's only a hiss, though,
that
right?
hisses. That makes a hissing sound. They can also, snakes can make growling noises, buzzing noises, rattling noises, shrieking noises, whistling noises, and rasping noises. They actually have a remarkably diverse system of vocalizations. But there's only one that has an actual vocal cord, and that is the Pituophis snake. So there you go.
Snake
So
comes
weird.
at me singing dum 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 dum. I'm gonna be like,
Ninja's sister goes, "Hey, I'm a snake." Hiss. So there you go. So, Mikey, are you back yet? Ollie, are you back yet?
Nobody's home.
Nobody's there.
What's up, Ian?
No
Long time no
Aurora here.
No, I can't see it. It's too cloudy, and I'm holding her. I'm trying to get her to bed.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. It
Hillbilly says it's
It looks like the news is overinflating the probability. I found another one from NOAA, the Intergovernmental
National
Weather Agency or whatever it is.
Administration.
Yeah, those guys. And they say it'll peak at about 2:30 a.m. It doesn't say what time zone 2:30 a.m., but whatever 2:30. Maybe it's Greenwich Mean Time. I don't know. But it'll peak about then. And the best view line basically runs across the U.S.-Canada border, except that part that dips down for Ottawa and shit. Ottawa is fuck Ottawa.
I couldn't agree more. That's where our fucking parliament is.
So it says 80% of Canada.
Yeah.
That's
Alaska and
Ottawa's
Greenland will get a
80%
good show, though.
Yeah,
You can
but
always see
Zod, who was in the chat earlier in the interview, Prophet of Zod, lives up there, so he sees that shit all the time. So it's like this old news to him.
I heard that's why the face effect he has is what it is, because the electromagnetic interference is so intense that's what comes through his camera.
It's the Kuiper belt. It's the pieces of the Kuiper belt.
There's an Indian fella who has the same effect for his face on his channel too. But he claims, if I remember Zod talking about it, he said he claimed that he had it before Zod did, and Zod's like, I don't think so. But Yeah, there nothing ever happened with it, and I'm sure Zod doesn't give a shit. Like the guy can do it too if he wants to. It's just fuzzy
There can be only
TV
one.
face. Is all it is, right?
Oh yeah. Well, people get a little protective of their gimmicks. Humans do invent the same things at the same time, right? Like Alexander
the
Graham
time.
Bell was just one of 4 people who tried to patent the
Yep.
telephone that same year. He happened to be the one who got it. Like as soon as the technology was there, a bunch of people all had the same idea. It could be a similar thing. They could have both thought of the idea, maybe not even at the same time, but independently. You don't have to get all protective over it, but people do. Like Logic had to go after Armored Skeptic, and they're not even remotely alike, but they had to have a dust up over their thing for some reason.
Yeah, but Logic is much cooler than Armored Dipshit, anyways.
That's fair. I like some of his older stuff. He was very amusing, but then he got into this conspiracy business. And don't get me wrong, I
Him and
love a good
Shu.
conspiracy theory. They can be very fun. I love the Y-Files. It's like conspiracy theory live, But
Yeah, but he debunks it at the end, though. which is
yeah,
weird.
like come on now.
I like taking
Unexplored,
already.
not good to believe.
I like taking already wild conspiracy theories and making them crazier. Like,
Yes.
what's the logical extreme of this? Like how far? Like what's the bottom of this rabbit hole? I'm gonna just theorize the
Extrapolate.
bottom. Yeah, let's get all the way to the gooey center of how
It's a
crazy.
little tiny door, and you need a mushroom to get through it.
Eat me.
That's what she said. No, I mean,
Yeah. And really, it was on the note, guys.
But it,
welcome to
but it was in
Meal
Latin.
Hub.
But it was in Latin, and it only translated into substrate me. And I was like, what do I do?
I'm gonna refill my water.
All right.
I thought it was
No,
so late.
It's hard to do conspiracy theories anymore though, because
Yeah.
Poe's law has gotten so out of hand. Like you can't have fun with it because either people will take you seriously or they will wrap it all up together and be like, QAnon and Illuminati and all this crap. I'm like, oh my God, dude, can we just have fun with the Bigfoot thing,
There are no birds.
Birds aren't real.
No. Haven't been for a
I
while.
like that one. That one's fun.
It's also from a very specific Obi-Wan Kenobi type point of view, true, because the birds are dinosaurs. They're not birds. Or if you want to look at it from another direction, you've probably heard that phrase, there's no such thing as a fish, because there is no scientific definition of fish that includes all things that are fish and leaves out all things that aren't fish. Fish cannot be defined. Birds are very similar because penguins, ostriches, there's all kinds of asterisks and exceptions. So you could argue there is no such thing as a bird for the same reason.
I'd say that's a bad argument, but okay.
Oh, I'm really reaching with that one, but it can be done.
The rubber band snapped back and got me in the wrist on that one. I was like, that was too far. That one popped the wrist. Like, what? No, wait a minute. This is almost like, people conflating the word, I don't know, organic. It's like when people take two definitions of something.
Here we
They just
are
assume
again.
and they just assume that they're the same one. And then they say, hey, everyone's yelling with me, so I must be right.
Yeah. Hey, equivocation is how we get most of the nonsense off the ground in the first place.
It's a firm base.
House of Cards, nothing stronger.
Well, as long as we can agree there is no spoon.
Hell no. Fuck that spoon. So sick of that damn spoon. Laughing at me. Stop laughing at me, spoon. The baby is cracking up. She is such a goofball. Go to bed. Stop.
You're not supposed to be laughing.
Yeah, stop. First of all, stop eavesdropping. I wasn't even talking to her, and she's all in the conversation cracking up.
As long as she's
There.
having a good time.
That's all that matters.
She don't pay no rent. You don't get to have a good time.
Show pay no rent.
No good times until you put in.
Well, you said she throws up all the time. That's payment, I guess.
Yeah, it's a contribution.
She's definitely giving back.
She pays you with diaper offerings daily.
Yeah, that's why I had to leave the first
It's
time.
it's organic.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Carbon, yeah, it's definitely carbon.
No preservatives added.
Nobody wants to preserve that anyway, so.
I saved her first one.
What?
What?
Bronzing it.
Everybody's brain goes on to loop for a second there. Buffering.
I got you guys with the stun lock. You know, like
Yeah.
Street Fighter when the little birdies come. And now for the combo.
I know. I'm like
These kids.
processing.
Did you see what I think he said?
He did
Yeah,
say
he did say that. Yeah.
No.
Higher
Fucking
level.
bronze this shit. Hey,
Yeah.
There you go.
Have
Ay,
people
ay, ay.
walk in. This is my daughter's first diaper. We bronzed it, and we leave it right here on the mantle.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
goes
not
right here
entirely
by the front door.
unbelievable. Like people do
Oh, yeah,
keep
people
some
do
pretty
weird
weird things. I actually kept my oldest's placenta with the idea that we were going to plant a tree over it and like, you know, show her later this is your tree, whatever, yada yada. Except we didn't get to actually buy a house until 10 years later. So I don't know. Maybe Grandma still has it in the freezer. I didn't ask, but. You know, weird ideas occur to you sometimes, and you end up
How do
saving
you
things that.
know that it didn't end up in a stew while you were over there one time?
Oh.
Well, you know what
Don't go
really
there, Neil,
what
that's
really
wrong.
threw me when I was looking through like shampoos and shit. I'm reading the ingredients on the back, and some of them say human placental material, and I'm like, what?
What?
What is in the shampoo?
You heard me.
Well,
Yeah, it's not even just placental; it's human placenta. What is happening? It's Silent Green as people.
except it's on my
Just-
head.
Yeah.
Just to serve man. It's a cookbook.
Yeah, that's a
How
whole
to
new meaning
serve
there.
your how to serve your billionaires 101 recipes.
Yeah.
You know, people say eat the rich, and I'm like, you know, Alfredo sauce can make just about anything better, but I'm not sure that I would really want to have, you know,
Mark Bezos chowder.
yeah, Bezos steak or Zuckerberg jambalaya or what have you. It's just,
Zuckerberg jambalaya.
I don't know, guys.
I don't think there's anything you could do with Elon Musk.
Must do.
No.
No, that's like dog.
Yeah,
dog
there you
food.
go.
Yeah, that's the stuff you at the end of the meal you scrape off into the fucking
The
barrel.
dogs in the distance. Dog food.
Dog turns up his nose. The fuck is this shit?
You
I'm going to eat out of the cat box.
Yeah.
That's more appetizing.
It's must.
Wait, you're not supposed to do that?
This got dark.
I thought they were Tootsie Rolls, man. Fuck. Pert Plus's people.
Those herbal essence commercials just took on a whole new light. Oh no.
It's
no.
recycling.
She's got the urge for herbal. Oh,
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Oh no.
Oh, no, I was thinking, oh, you're soaking in it, but that's palm olive. That's something different. The old palm olive commercials there.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder what they do with all the foreskins. No, I know what they do with the foreskin. I know what they
So
do.
the pigs.
Well,
Why do
well,
you know
do
what they
tell, because now I'm curious.
You can't just drop a zinger like that.
Well, there's this rabbi guy that figured he didn't know what he was going to do with them all, so he decided to start like leathering with them, and people were ordering stuff from him all the time. And one guy came in and asked if he could make him a briefcase, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." So he makes up a something for the guy, and he comes back and he goes, "Here you go." He says, "It's in a briefcase, not a wallet." And he goes, "Yeah, just rub it."
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's. I know it's 2/3 of a pun. Pu.
Yeah.
It's an Egyptian joke. It's Sphinx.
Gross.
Sorry. I'll stop now. Calamari. Foreskin calamari.
It was. I knew that was coming at some point.
That's a good one too. If my calamari is coming, I don't want a calamari.
No, you don't. You don't.
I'm never gonna fuck you, hillbilly, because one of my favorite things to order at one of my favorite restaurants is the calamari. This is the only place that knows how to make it where it's actually nice and tender, and it's not like you're eating a rubber band.
Oh, the fucking rubber calamari is the worst.
It's the worst. And I had some of that for the first time in Greece, of all fucking places. Rubbery calamari. But this place makes it so good. But I'll never be able to look at it. The next time I'm with my mom having dinner at this place, I'm going to be laughing my ass off. She's going to be wondering why, and I'm going to go, "I cannot tell you, Mom."
I promise it's not foreskins, though.
Squids have foreskins? Mom, no.
No, I love calamari. I'm weak against it. Whenever I go to a buffet that has it, I eat way too much.
I know, me too. Calamari's old hair ties fight me. Yeah, pretty
Drawing.
Yeah, I'm a love that stuff too. That one, and I think Saganaki is the other one I really like, which is the slab of cheese that they deep fry, and then they put some kind of alcohol in it and light it on fire, so it's all flaming. Ooh. And then you get to blow it out, and then you take. Oh my god, the cheese is so good.
That sounds fancy. Is that a Canada
thing? I have
thing,
a food
like
boner. I'm sorry. No, it's not a Canada thing. It's a Greek thing. And I had poutine tonight. I'll have you know.
Poutine is good.
Yeah,
it's
I have fries with Dorks is better though, Neil. Fries with Dorks is better.
I
don't know.
Don't care. Fries with anything. I'll eat it. I don't give a shit.
I have to drive to fucking Ithaca to get poutine. To get like good poutine.
Plus. All fries with the works is poutine plus hamburger.
I know.
It's better.
Or you could get. I prefer the bacon one or the pulled pork version.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Above. Add some sort of good meat in there.
Oh yeah. Now I'm hungry again, and I already ate.
Notice nobody can do a stream without talking about food at some point.
I know.
I feel kind of tame here in Chicago. We just do chili fries. It doesn't sound as
chili
adventurous as whatever the hell.
Don't
yeah,
sell
but
yourself short. Chili fries are good.
They're a rip-off of fries with works, though. They're not quite as good.
You have pizzas that you can literally swim in, though.
Oh, pizza! I love it.
Yeah,
it's the best.
Deep pool pizzas.
I'm supposed to tell you that I prefer thin crust pizza. Is sacrilegious to you then?
We get thin crust out in the burbs, but when you go downtown Chicago, it's worth getting. At least to me, I love.
Yeah, you gotta order ahead of time though,
because it's like a pizza lasagna kind of when it's done properly.
Yeah,
but I also enjoy not thin crust like the cracker crust. That's too thin. That's too much like communion for me. I like the hand tossed, but they overstretch it, like they turn a medium into a large. That shit's the best.
Yeah,
thin crust. Yeah,
thin crust, not the cracker crust. Those suck. Mm-hmm. I agree with you there.
Hey, easy.
Who you call a cracker?
I can't remember what.
What do you mean, you people?
A thin crust from, and they sent the cracker crust. And it's just really what the heck is this?
There's a lot of different pizzas in this country. I lived in Detroit or near Detroit for a while, and in Michigan they got a rectangular piece, and it's kind of thick, but not like a Chicago deep dish. But it's not at all a thin crust. And I lived in Arizona. They got some different pizza out there. I don't know. There's just different pizza.
I've heard California has its own kind too, but even when I went to California, I wasn't able to find anything weird except like the Mexican pizza. But I don't know.
California Pizza Kitchen is from California, obviously, and I remember when they were a big thing 20 years ago.
Oh
Which is
yeah.
it's not named right, is it?
Mm.
But funny. I just say that and realize that wait a minute, we invented Hawaiian pizzas here in Canada.
Yep.
So
That's right.
How dare?
What
That
about
does
the
make
Canadian
sense, though.
bacon?
what's that?
The Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon? Yeah, it's just back bacon. That's all it is.
But
You mean
we
ham?
put pineapple on a pizza first. That's
Yep.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, some dude in Ontario, I think, in Toronto, did it.
Oh,
Or was it
those
Montreal?
Toronto folk.
I can't remember if it was Toronto.
Oh
or
well,
Montreal.
Montreal's a whole. That's not even Canada. That's Quebec, and they're
No, Montreal's part
Mm.
of Canada. Quebec City's Quebec. The rest of Quebec is Quebec.
I only went to Montreal
Montreal's still
once,
pretty good.
and I went through. I was
like
visiting
Montreal.
a buddy, and I stopped in a diner because there's always a diner. That's a wonderful
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about travel. There's always a diner,
Yeah.
and I go in, and the menu is entirely in French, and I'm like, I thought
Oh.
everything's supposed to be in both languages.
No,
And so
everywhere
I'm
else
like-
except Quebec.
Yeah. And so I'm like, talking to the waiter who is just speaking exclusively French at me, pretending to not understand. I mean, I speak a tiny bit of French, not enough to order breakfast, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to communicate with the dude.
Baguette?
And finally, he storms off. And then the dude in the next booth leans over to me and goes, "Don't worry about him. We all speak English. He's just being a dick because he can tell you're an American." I'm like, oh, he truly is French then.
Yeah.
You know what I do because I don't speak any fucking French. I can say oui and non and arrêt, which is stop. But that's what when they start speaking French, I go arrêt. This is the English side of Canada, you moron. But anyway,
No, I'm glad I got island plates on my car when I drive through Quebec, because if I had Ontario plates in my car and I stopped at a diner, they'd be spitting in my
you'd be
food.
firebombed.
Oh no!
They play off on that shit too with on Letterkenny, which is just too funny. But with dudes like that at a restaurant, I just go, "Oh, you need me to order in French? Okay, all right, sorry. I'll have la eggs with some la bacon,
La
throw in
hurry
a
up.
side of la
La-
toast,
la-
and la make it lickety la split. All right,
Hey, why is one egg served with breakfast in Quebec? Why do they only serve one egg with breakfast in Quebec?
Here we go.
I
Why?
don't know.
Because one egg is un oeuf.
Pull the show over, Neil. I want to get off.
Ollie, if you don't smarten, like Mikey says, if you don't smarten up, I will turn this show around. And
I feel like he's doing it to antagonize me.
right?
He's targeting me, and he's trying to make me feel bad, and I
I
don't know
will
why.
reach back there and oh, I'm sorry, Lego. I didn't mean to threaten you.
The Lego quivered.
Yep,
Hey,
we
you
broke
guys
it.
talking about breakfast in Quebec, and I had a French breakfast joke. I had to say it.
Hell yeah.
You know how long
Lego.
you
I did
Why not?
eventually end
Go for
up
it.
with one egg.
All good. Oh no!
One egg is unus.
It's a beautiful city too. In a way, it reminds me of New York because the architecture is amazing, and yet the streets
Yeah.
are full of fucking assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, just like New York. Yeah, you're right.
You think it's bad?
Sorry,
enough
everyone
to
from New York.
go
I didn't
Quebec
start it.
City
He
for a
did.
while.
I'm from New York, so I can say that.
Let me hide. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. See,
Yeah.
you're from New York. Oh, you could literally yell out your window at Ollie. Shut up, Ollie!
I can't hear
Well,
that.
close enough. I don't know.
And he
Oh,
can make
Stephanie's
Canadian
way
smoke you
closer to
got
me.
was from Ollie.
That's
Who?
true.
What? Who?
Stephanie's way closer to me than New York. Stephanie's just
Fair.
a name.
Fair.
Yeah, New York's a surprisingly big state.
Oh, I know that.
Everybody forgets it's the same size as Pennsylvania, just with a lake in the corner.
Two.
Right where Buffalo is, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the other
It's got
lake.
a little
so, yeah.
bit of. It's got
Yeah,
a little
Erie.
Ontario, and it's got a little Erie.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Did
You know, I've
anybody learn
never
why-
been to New York. It's one of the places in the U.S. I've not been. And I've
So
wanted
you know
to,
what's fun
not been
about
there.
the St. Lawrence is there's all these little islands in between, so you can see right across. It's a big fucking river, but you can see right across. And there's like houses that are just big enough for people to build. There are islands just big enough for people to build houses on, and so
Yeah.
they do.
yeah.
And Border Patrol is constantly going up and down US 11 looking for illegal rafters. Because people smuggle shit across the St. Lawrence.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a friend that did that actually, from a reserve on the Canadian side.
Look, can somebody smuggle me over the Canadian border, over the St. Lawrence? I will pay for a dinghy.
I've thought about it myself. I need some goddamn health care.
You know what I'm saying? I might need to go to
Get out of here.
I need to make some appointments. You know what I mean? I need to get in there.
Hearing this, Ollie, we got it pretty good up here.
We do.
Sure, our country's not perfect,
Not complaining.
and we're starting to show signs of the little USA overbleed with our right-wing fucking morons, but
Yeah.
still
That's why
pretty
I'm
good.
thinking
up here.
maybe England. I want to
Hello,
get in a
a
boat
human?
and go back to England.
England's pretty
you
cool,
know, I
except the
used to
land of
say that,
fucking
like,
Earths, it seems.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
right. Yeah, I
Back
used to
to
ask
Union
people
Jack.
what the hell our ancestors were thinking, right? Because where I live, we get the lake effect snow off of Lake Ontario. So most of this part of New York State gets like 6 inches of snow a year. But this little band where I live gets 10 feet plus a year. And so I'm like, I could see, you know, the first colonists coming over and setting up shop and being like, wow, the summers are beautiful. The ground is super fertile because of the glacial leftovers and shit. We can do perfect grapes for winemaking and all this stuff. And then the first winter happens. I'd be like, fuck this shit, back on the boat. We're going back to England.
Hoist the Union Jack.
If only they did.
That
don't
reminds
know.
me of when I was a kid. I grew up in Toronto, right? My parents are both from PEI here. They
You
moved
never
back
grew
home.
up. Stop lying.
But they moved back to PEI when I was 8. And this winter that I was 9 years old, basically my first full winter on the island, the snow fell so much that it was up to the telephone wires.
Nice.
And
Oh.
in spots they had to use dynamite to clear the fucking roads. And it's like,
Well,
I'm
they didn't
from
have to.
Toronto.
They
We
wanted
get 6
to.
inches of
At,
snow.
at that
That's what I was exactly
Holy fuck.
thinking.
at
I
that point,
understand.
at that point, frustration had driven them to. They didn't have.
No. Hey, Steve, I think we need the dynamite to blow this shit up. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do that.
Well, no, they couldn't get the plows through it. It was 12 feet, 14 feet above the plows. You couldn't get the plows through it.
Mhm,
Fucking
mhm.
Crazy Harry from the Muppets.
My mother used to tell me about the blizzard of '66, which was apparently this big fucking snowstorm where people's houses were buried, so they had to like climb out their attic dormers and shit to get in
Sorry,
and out of their
that's where
house.
I was born. I can't-
Yeah, I did not believe her for years and years until finally my grandmother died and my mother inherited her photo albums, and she immediately, the first freaking thing she did was whip open one of the albums and go, there, and show me a picture of the blizzard to prove it was real. I'm like, I didn't realize you were holding on to that for
Photoshop,
so
Mom.
long. Yes, yes.
Yeah, nice. Alternative facts, mother.
Mhm, mhm. I mean, Ansel Adams did photo manipulation. This is not a new thing, you know?
Yeah, next thing you know, you'll be telling me they landed a man on the moon.
Dude. I mean, Houdini knew about it. I mean, back in the Civil War, they invented that double exposure thing to make it look like spirits were sitting with people. Like, because during Civil War, everyone wanted to talk to their dead loved ones that died in the war,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So the whole double exposure photographs with spirits thing became a huge fad.
Mm-hmm.
Even Houdini, who didn't believe in it, by the way, did one
yeah.
with Lincoln. to sort of try to fool some people, which was hysterical. But you know,
Oh,
he's
no,
the one guy I
Stephanie's
would
off
have
on the
loved
moon
to have
again.
met. Wait a minute, I thought the line was to the moon, Alice, not Stephanie.
Bang zoom.
Have you seen that
Yeah,
little?
well,
There's a meme out
yeah.
there with two astronauts on the moon. And they go, "Holy shit, it's Alice Cramden." She's like a skeleton of Alice on the moon.
Yeah. That's
good.
I don't know. That's Buzz Aldrin on the moon, and then that's Plato and Aristotle on the moon.
Just chilling on
As
the moon.
as one does.
That's chilling
Well,
on
that's
the
where
moon.
they went. That's they're retired. They did their work.
Oh,
They're
that's-
done.
All the famous people retire on the moon.
Bad Science Sunday on Maya Atkinson's
Snowdo
channel.
shopped.
We covered
Yeah.
covered this theory that the moon is an artificial satellite
Right.
that was
That's right.
towed.
Yeah. That was a fun show. Dr. Tapioca Weasel's like losing his mind at how horrible the science is.
And part of the bit was this has been known to the ancient Greeks. So of course I found a couple of ancient Greeks to put on the
And threw
moon.
them up there, hitting the moon and letting it ring like a bell.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Yeah, I remember
where's the
that.
cheese?
What?
Now, I have news, by the way.
News.
One of these days, Paul G is going to have me on his Toast to Toast
Oh, nice.
AM show because I actually called in to Art Bell when he was a thing.
Yes.
Called in
I
way back
fucking
in
loved Art Bell.
97 or something. Me too. And there was a guy on there saying how some sort of something had pinged off the moon, which is bullshit, and made it ring like a bell for hours and hours, and they couldn't figure out why. I'm like, that didn't happen, you stupid fuck. That's not how that shit works.
He's mixing up his myths.
I think so.
Now, we do
Anyway,
still
so-
have those seismic sensors on the moon. We can still
Yep.
detect stuff. We've picked up like moonquakes up to like 5.5 or something like that. And
Oh, yeah.
occasionally a meteor does hit the moon. But
We did experiments where after we put the seismographs down, we ran shit into the moon just to see to see how it
They did
reverberated,
ram the moon.
so that we could see what the core was like. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Go out
they-
from that
it-
information.
the crew mentioned that on Maya's show, that like half of what NASA's done over the decades is just running shit into other shit to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the first step in any scientific endeavor.
It's
Can
true.
we blow it up?
Like
We'll
Temple
get what's
1, the
fake.
DART mission, Mercury Messenger, Cassini. We have finally dropped that into sat. You know, we just drive shit into things.
You gotta
We're just
poke it
throwing
with
stuff
the
around
stick.
the solar system.
And hopefully
Chucking
there's
stuff
enough
in there.
airbags around the thing that we drove into it so that it survives and sends us some
Yeah.
information.
We should be sending crash test dummies so we get proper data, you know?
Well, we do
Yeah,
have a
that's-
Tesla. There's a Tesla floating around out there now. So there's that.
And in
Didn't
fact,
didn't that come back into orbit or back?
Probably the
No,
only
not yet.
safe
That's
place
okay.
for a self-driving car.
right?
It's still trying to park. It's like fucking going insane trying to park itself.
Yeah. Hey, no standing, buddy. Get out of here.
Well, the
Like
plus
trying to
side to
reverse
the,
and go up and reverse and go
Yeah.
up. You can't fucking parallel park and
How do I go up?
well, the plus side to the Elon completely missing Mars is
Yeah.
that now we have a sound theoretical basis for Russell's teapot, because we don't know there wasn't a teapot in the trunk of that Tesla.
Ah!
Good point.
Or flying
The
spaghetti
Tesla
monster for that
teapot.
matter.
Yeah.
The Tesla teapot hypothesis. I like it.
The
Anyway,
teapot's
so
probably organic.
My big news is Paula Gia and Shannon Q and her son
Oh,
are
yeah, I
coming
heard.
to visit Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yay.
I saw that.
Cool.
That's
Sweet.
cool.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm
told
booking
you?
the day off on the 4th. Yeah, they told me. They asked me if for suggestions. Fuck you. They asked me for some suggestions on where to stay. I said, well, that depends what you're looking for. I can get you some cheap ass hotels, or I can get you some decent, expensive ones downtown Vancouver, like the Four Seasons.
Or you
whatever.
could,
And they're
you
like,
know, build them a shed out of Legos.
Yeah.
I could.
I was about to
I
say,
literally could.
I was about to say, Neil, the fact that you're not putting up your guests in your Lego mansion is just rude. His Lego butlers can take care of all of his guests, but he refuses to share them.
Yo, butlers. Yeah.
I just pictured one of those like Lego guys from the Lego movies, like human size, and then I got
Lego
really
Batman.
afraid. And I got really afraid, and I stopped thinking about it right away.
Yeah. Pardon me, sir. Can I take your coat?
Oh, Jay Sweet, mother of God, you abominable bitch! Oh, you abhorrent monster! Yes, please. I'll stop
Anyway,
doing this soon, I promise.
They decided to do an Airbnb, so they rented a I guess a little house. I know exactly where they're actually staying. It's off of a road called Knight
Hey,
Street.
yo, all that
Vancouver.
information.
I know. I'm not giving specifics. Relax. So I know where they're going. So I'll be able to pick them up at the airport and take them there. So that was my plan.
Oh, you get to chauffeur.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Well, yeah. So now I'm
I've
going to
done
book
that
that day
before.
off of work, and probably the Monday is a holiday for us here, so I got a nice little 4-day weekend, and tool around with Shannon Q and Paula Gia. Take them to some of the more popular areas that touristy people like to go to. He has to go to Richmond too. Paula Gia has to see his son who lives in Richmond, where I grew up, so can help with that
Richmond,
as well.
Virginia.
No, dude.
Other Richmond.
Richmond, North Carolina.
Richmond, British
Richmond,
Columbia.
Ontario.
There's a Richmond everywhere. It's
Yes, there is.
It's like Broadway and
Richmond
Main
PEI.
Street. There's one of those everywhere too. So yeah,
Springfield.
I was
Aurora.
so.
We got two
Do you remember
Auroras.
when they like the Simpsons had like their little online thing where everyone got to vote to see like which state would own like the Springfield would be set in their state?
Mhm.
I was so upset that Illinois lost.
Mhm.
We literally have power plants. Like Springfield is in Illinois, and
Mhm.
no one can. It's not in Vermont or whoever fucking won.
Well, remember they're also within driving distance of the ocean and capital city.
We
Well,
drive
that's
quick
Chicago.
around here. We drive fast. We don't waste no time.
oh, Aaron was streaming too.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, did he finally do the showdown with P-Town?
No, this
No.
no, I don't think so. This is
God.
this is with oh shit, his name escapes me.
That guy who does the thing.
Jeff Bridges.
Lawrence, sorry, where he does
Okay.
the Wicked Fools of Psalm 14.
The Arabia guy. Gotcha.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lawrence. Yeah.
Lawrence, yeah,
Yeah.
He spells it Lorence.
Low
Low
rents.
rents. Right. Low rents.
Look at those low rates.
He's studying to become a Bible scholar, so he's pretty fucking smart too. That guy. I go on that show and I just sit there, like I've got like a Neanderthal forehead just sticking out like this, and I'm science. That's all I fucking do on that. I make stupid jokes. That's Amber and Mai's role. Is just to make dumb jokes on those shows.
Yeah, that's pretty much. You know, it's it's so funny to me anyway that I offered my services because the panels were running low on people. I was like, if you want an irreverent person who's able to like be intellectual about this content, that's fantastic. And then my first time on Joseph Smith, Aaron is like, so I guess you're our substitute Jimmy Snow today. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try.
I don't know. He's a tough one to top.
He really
Pretty fucking
is.
funny guy.
I remember when I was funny.
You're still funny. Right?
Oh, just it's not the same. I've lost my
Looks
edge.
aren't everything, buddy.
Lost my edge, man.
What are you talking? That's because you had kids.
It don't ruin me,
All your
man.
edge went into the kids.
I'll never be the same. She's taking
Well,
all
guys,
my jokes.
We've gone our hour and a half standard time for the after party. Man, time goes quick when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So
Hanging
to
with
speak.
crazy people.
Hanging with us lunatics on the internet. Learning absolutely nothing. Shit you already knew. We're just reiterating.
Hey, I learned what happened to foreskins today.
And we got to
so-
scrub. And we got
There you go. Yep.
and you got to
there's
scrub your
something.
pineal gland.
Yep.
Right.
You got
right,
to
with
you got to
dental
scrub the
tools.
fuck out of that thing.
Put fluoride
With
on them and
toothpaste.
stuff. Yeah, what the fuck?
And we learned that bears are diamonds because they're both organic.
That's right. Bears are diamonds because they're both organic. That's right.
Mars got the toothbrush.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We saw a really cool ass doll today and a toothbrush that somehow Mara stole my toothbrush. I don't know how she got it, but that's
Dark
literally
sorcery.
the same toothbrush.
Costco, I think.
I've got the elephant in the room.
Shit, I have nothing to follow that with.
Nope, me neither.
Well, I rolled a joint, so I'm gonna go smoke that. So that's the plan. Hey, John, what's up, buddy? John, one of the coolest Texans. Well, next time I'm down there, pal, we got to hang with each other. So that could be totally taken out of context.
Yes, you have to be careful with your
Aw,
verbiage.
There we go.
Cat. Yay.
Cat.
Adorable.
The streaming.
She's grumbling over there.
Oh, she? Oh.
Yeah, just every so often you get a.
Oh, she's probably dreaming. Cats are hilarious.
No, I think
when
she
they
can-
dream.
No, I think she can
twitching
just
whisper.
slightly hear stuff coming over the earphones. Every so often she's like, trying to sleep over here.
That comment. Yeah. Shut up, Gooman.
Toons is the streaming cat.
All right. So if you guys missed the original interview with Mara, there is a link to it in the description box below where you can find Mara's links and you can go and stalk her on the internet if you want, or stalk them on the internet if you want. It's them, right? You use them?
Yep.
Right. So you can do that, and definitely check out the interview because we had fun with Mara. It was a good interview. Not a whole hell of a lot about religion and stuff, but Mara really wasn't into it all that much, and most of their family wasn't into it either. So,
Just mostly
dabbled in it
spirits
here and
talking.
there. Yeah,
and
like
it's on the ghost of a guy cut in half at the beginning. So
that was fucking crazy. That's all I.
that's always been my favorite story. So bizarre.
Maybe the two of them should get together. Yeah, never mind. I don't even know where I was going with that. But anyway. And thanks, guys, out in the chat for hanging out with us, having a ridiculous time with us tonight. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget that coming up on Saturday
In the park.
Mikey and I will be talking to Ryan Koltastic at 5 p.m. And then Amber will be joining us on Tuesday, the 18th. And then I'll be, actually before that, I'll be on Amber's show on the 16th. So head over to Amber's channel and subscribe if you haven't, and you'll be able to see that. Anyway, that's about it for now. More people coming up too. Next Saturday, though, not the one coming up, but the following one, I have a work event where our boss, one of the guys that works with us, he used to play for our local football team called the BC Lions, and we rented a suite to watch one of the games. So I'm going to be over there. And the Tuesday, I'm going to be on Deep Drinks podcast at the same time that my show would run. So we won't have a show next Tuesday or next Saturday or Tuesday. And I still need someone for the 27th. And if I can find someone for the 27th, then we'll have a show on the 27th. And if not, then the next one will be Saturday with Ms. Parker on the 29th to close out July. And I just opened up August. So if you have a story that you want to share with Mikey and myself, just let us know by email or Twitter DMs or Facebook Messenger or whatever. And we'll set you up. And you can come on and hang out and have a ridiculously fun time like we always do.
Word.
Yeah, so thanks everyone, and thanks to our patrons and our members. If you want to become either one, there are ways to do so, and they're all listed below. It does help the show, and we appreciate everything you guys do for the show. Well,
Thank you.
right now, all the money's going to that guy over there, Mikey, because he's got children now, and children are not cheap.
She's
Well,
asleep.
child.
I've heard they puke a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Just to do.
She's finally sleeping.
Yay!
I'm scared
you-
to be below him.
Good, good, good.
Did you pick the chair off the list, Ollie? So you got the
Yes.
sheriff on?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's why she's throwing up on. This is from Ollie.
Yeah.
Dude,
He
dude,
loves the chair.
she's throwing up on me 10 times more than the damn chair, and the chair is covered in puke. If that gives you it.
Oh, that's
Mikey's gonna
That's
walk around for
great.
the rest of his life
great.
smelling
That's
like
great.
sour milk.
I'm typically shirtless these days because I just give up after like the third or fourth little glob on me. I'm like, all right, well, so much for a shirt
That's
today.
fair. Yeah.
My wife came home and I was just like sleep deprived with my eyes crossed, holding the baby with no shirt on. And she's like,
Sunken eyes.
and she's just like, "You okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not
Do I
okay.
look okay?
I'm not okay."
You're like, I'm not okay. God damn it.
Everyone wants to make all the noise in the world now that Kira's here. They never did this shit until we had the baby, and now they want to make all the noise during the day.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, my friend. That's the way it goes.
Oh well, I'll sleep. I'll sleep next year.
That's right.
I'll sleep when I'm
Like
dead.
hibernate.
Yeah, hibernate. That's a good way to put it. Mikey will eventually have his body will go, you're going into hibernation, and that's it. We
I'll
won't
just
see him for
like- I'll
40
just-
months.
I'll just power down for an update, and it'll take like 6 or 7 minutes for it to boot back up. You know,
There you go.
Yep.
just a
Gobble
blue
down a
screen
bunch
on
of
my
meals
eyes.
and Sleep through winter.
My eyes would just be that like that blue screen with the bar going across. My pupils are just moving across. Oh, he's almost halfway done. Don't unplug him from the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
God
the
damn it.
bouncing eyeball. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, like I always say at the end of the after parties, like the late great Carl Sagan once said, and I'm going to say to my drummer on Friday, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and we'll see you guys next time.
Live long and prosper.
What will become of